Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Tonight I want to start off the show with gun talk because I want to answer a question about a gun that I received from a viewer. This viewer wanted to know what is the best overall handgun for beginners, especially if they're going to want to carry that gun and they're first-time gun people and first-time carriers. Well, often when you're asked, what is the best gun for this or the best gun for that, you have to say, oh, I don't know, I need more information. I can't just choose something that's, one gun that's best for just everybody because there's no such thing as a silver bullet, well, except for real silver bullets, which we'll talk about more later. But there's no perfect gun for every situation or every person. So there's a lot of subjective stuff there. But this person was pretty clear in their question that they didn't want me to cop out by saying something like that. They want me to actually choose what do I personally think. They said, this is your opinion, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Do you think would be like the one gun that would universally be good for most people that are starting to use guns and carry guns? Well, since they asked it that way, I'm going to have to assume that I'm not choosing like a child's first gun or a gun for an invalid, like an elderly person or, I don't know, someone from Arkansas. But that's just mentally invalid, so that doesn't really affect how they can carry, I don't think, so it's not going to matter. But like I said, if I was going to choose a gun for a 6-year-old's first handgun, it'd be like a single-action .22 revolver, like I got my son when he was a young boy. If I was going to choose a gun for an older person, well, it definitely wouldn't be a .22 revolver or something, but it might be like a 9mm revolver. I would never get him .22. That'd be horrible for an old person. But, it would, who they are would play a lot into what gun I chose, what their limitations were. But since we're dealing with people that are going to be carrying, we're just going to assume that everyone is an adult, male or female, that's physically capable. They don't have any special limitations. They can handle a gun. They have the physical and mental capacity to handle a gun. That makes it a little easier to choose one overall gun. Well, I have chosen what I think would be the best gun. And I could go over what I think is important in a gun and then tell you what the gun is, but I don't want to make you wait till the end of the video here. Most people don't want to hear me talk any more than I have to. I'm just going to tell you what it is right off the bat, and then I'll tell you why. What I think is the best gun, the best overall beginner gun, especially if you're going to start to carry with this gun, it is a Beretta PX4 Storm Compact. Now you might think, well, that's an odd choice since you don't really like polymer guns and you're not big on compacts. But remember, we're not talking about me, what's the best first gun for me. We're talking about what's the best first gun for the average person. And there's a lot of things about this gun that makes it great for the average person out there. First off, it comes in different calibers. So if you're someone who just wants 9mm and that's what you're comfortable with recoil-wise, get the 9mm. If you want 40, 45, make that choice for yourself. Choose that model. That's one reason why I think this is a good basic overall gun for most people that are going to be getting into shooting sports or getting into self-defense and carrying. Another thing about this gun that I think is really good is that it's polymer. And now a lot of people say, you don't like polymer. I don't, but usually people who are getting into carrying for the very first time, they want a lighter gun. The polymer frame makes this a lighter gun. They're going to be more comfortable with that lighter gun. So that's why I think this gun is good. It's another reason why I think this is the perfect gun. I don't know which side of it's on right now. You'd think I'd figured that out by now after I've done so many of these videos, but I never know which side to point to. I think it's this side. Carrying on here, another thing about it, I chose the compact. A lot of people think, I don't like compacts. I do like compacts. I just don't choose to carry them usually. But for similar reasons to why I want the lighter gun for starter gun, the smaller compact size makes it easier to conceal. So if they are going to start concealing, it's not going to be as big an issue to cover it up. So far you've got the fact that it comes in different calibers. It's lighter weight because it's polymer. And the fact that it's easily concealed because it's a compact. Those all add up to be a really good first-time gun. But there's lots of guns that meet that criteria. Why do I choose this one? Well, another reason I choose this one is it has a very comfortable grip. It's a very kind of universally good grip. So it'll fit most people's hands. It points naturally. Those are some good qualities in a gun for a beginner. Also, another thing about this gun that I think beginners will appreciate is that it's double action, single action. You don't have to carry it cocked and locked, and you don't have to carry a striker fired gun that has a very light trigger. That makes a lot of first time gun users and carriers especially very nervous. This gun is double action, single action, and it can be had in a decocker only model. And if you can't find the decocker only model, pretty much anybody with a pair of tweezers and the slightest bit of mechanical ability can turn it into a decocker model. That makes a lot of first time gun owners and carriers a lot more comfortable. They love having that double action, single action trigger where they can carry it with the hammer down with that longer, heavier first pull. Don't have to worry about any safeties. And then if they have to fire again after the first shot, it's a nice light single action crisp shot afterwards. I think that having that first heavy shot makes so many people so much more comfortable. When they see that the hammer is down and that trigger is heavy and I really got to pull that hammer back, I got to pull that trigger enough to move that hammer back, makes them a lot more comfortable than if they're like, oh my God, if I touch the trigger too much, it's going to go off. They shouldn't be touching the trigger at all. It's the first thing people need to learn. But they just feel mentally more comfortable knowing that that long double action pull stands between them and a problem. Makes them a lot more comfortable. So when you look at all these things together, it makes this a pretty good choice so far. Another thing is that I like about it is the rotating barrel. I just think it is better at absorbing recoil. I mean, it's just a tiny bit, but a tiny bit can make the difference. It's, like I said, the way the gun is designed, it's just a nice gun. Stainless steel slide. It's a good looking gun. It's got a good reputation. It's very reliable. You're not going to have to worry about that. You can get it in just basic forms. You can get done up forms of it, like the Langdon tactical versions. You know, the ones that have been tacti-cooled up, you know, and made more, I don't know, tactical, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But this gun, you know, like I say, comes in a lot of calibers. Comes with a polymer frame, so it's lightweight. Comes in a compact size. Is double action, single action with a decocker, or can be made into a decocker only model. And it's just a good overall reliable gun that points naturally, is comfortable to carry, comfortable to hold, etc. So when you add all those things together, it's really hard not to see this gun as probably one of the best, if not the best. And in my opinion, I think it probably is the best first gun for your average adult person who's looking to get into carrying for self-protection. All right, everybody, now I want to go ahead and move along here, and I want to answer another viewer email. And I want to answer this because it's something that came up in a chat the other night. We were all talking about things this channel has accomplished, and people were asking me, what do I think is the greatest thing we've accomplished? Because I was a little down and whining about how money's down and we're not able to do certain projects anymore, and TYM Triple P's being, you know, the funding is dwindling, and, you know, the Pets and Vets program's been having trouble making funding, and I've had to cover some of it out of my pocket. And I was just venting about that one night. And I know it's because people don't have money right now. People are out of work. People are on strike. People are doing lots of things right now. They just don't have money to donate to a gun channel. And I understand that. Believe me, I don't hold it against anyone. But, you know, it's just a reality. But people were like trying to cheer me up. And they're like, what are the things you're most proud of? Well, you know, I'm not really proud personally of a lot of things, anything really the channel's done. Or at least most things, because I'm not proud of me for that. I'm proud of the people who watch my channel who get involved. I can stand up here all the time and say anything I want to say, but unless you all get involved, it doesn't happen. So everything we've done, that's things you all should be proud of. I'm proud of my part in it. The tens of thousands of dollars that we've raised for animal charities. And at this point, it might be hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're getting to that point. We've raised a lot for veterans charities, animals charities. Believe me, the IRS right now wants to know where like 70 grand we raised in the past 2 years went. And I'm like, well, it went to these GoFundMes and stuff. And they're like, well, those aren't tax deductible. They're GoFundMes. And we're fighting about that right now. But the money that we've raised, that's a huge thing to be proud of. But it's not my individual accomplishment, so I'm not that proud of it. Also, you could look at the hundreds of guns we've put in the hands of needy people. You all have done that. I'm proud of my part in that, but it's not an individual accomplishment, so I'm not, you know, super proud of it. But there is one thing I'm really, really proud of. And this is something I talked about a little bit in the first part of this video, I think, unless I remember not remembering which take was the good one. But I think I mentioned it. What I'm proud of is it's because of me, I accept all the credit for the fact that silver bullets are available, that you can go out and buy them. Years ago, I searched far and wide for actual silver bullets. You couldn't find them anywhere. No one made them. There was a time there where Coonan made silver-plated ammunition, but they stopped doing that. You couldn't even get those anymore, hardly. You can find them every great once in a while. Well, I was determined, so I used all my clout, which meant I bitched and whined and cried until someone actually said, if I make you the fucking bullets, will you shut up? And that was Stormin' Norman's Gunworks. He said, I will make you the bullets if you find someone to load them. And I did. I found a local gun manufacturer, Minuteman Ammo, and they agreed they would load them for me. Well, then those two got together because of me, and he started making bullets for them. And they started producing silver bullets that you could buy retail. And now the new owners of Minuteman Ammo are still doing that. There's a new person making the silver bullets because Stormin' Norman had to move on to bigger and better things. But you can buy them commercially. I think that's because of me, and I am so proud of that. It's because of me that you can be prepared for werewolf attack. If it wasn't for me, just think of how many more people would be dying every year from werewolf attack. Because I've told you, like just even in the month of October alone, every year the statistics show that there are between 0 and 5,000 werewolf-related deaths. And I've told you that many times on here. And the reason people can fight back is because of me. One of the people that comes into our live chats all the time, Pink Panther 69, I think it's 69, or am I just putting that on there myself? Pink Panther, let's just say that, came in and said, hey, he was out in the swamps, and he didn't run into any swamp werewolves, but he did have his silver bullets with him just in case. And I'm like, well, the reason you didn't run into any swamp werewolves is because they can smell the combination of gunpowder and silver, and they know to leave you the fuck alone. So I saved your life. I think that that's indisputable right there. So that is, I think, my greatest accomplishment as a person who does gun videos on the internet or constitutional Second Amendment videos on the internet. That's the thing I am the most proud of. Now, has it put me at the top of the werewolf hit list? It has. But in some ways, it's kind of protected me because if I was to be taken out tomorrow, no one's going to believe I was mauled by wild muskrats or anything. You know, they might have believed that if it hadn't been for the whole werewolf and silver bullet things, but now people would be like, I bet the werewolves did that. And then there'd be hell to pay for them. Because people would be like, see, he was right. They are there. So it's kind of protected me, but it has put me on the top of their shit list. I get a lot of hate from the werewolf community because of that. But I'm like, fuck them, they're werewolves. You know, nobody likes werewolves anyway. Well, I'm sure some people like some. I got to remember, every werewolf is somebody's son or somebody's daughter and blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, they're just assholes. But that's what I'm most proud of, to answer that question. Is it, like I said, the hundreds of guns we've given to people? No, that's your accomplishment. And mine, but it's our accomplishment. Is it the tens and tens of thousands of dollars we've raised for animal and veterans charities? No, because that's a joint accomplishment. That's something we did coming together that we could never have done alone. But the silver bullet thing, that's all me. Now, like, of course, Stormin' Norman played his part in it by making the bullets to shut me up. But if it wasn't for me, it wouldn't have happened. So that is my greatest achievement, probably in life, is the fact that I am solely responsible, at least in my mind, for making it possible for everyday people like you to obtain a silver bullet and protect yourself from werewolf attack. All right, everybody, we went a little long here, which I don't know how I stretched those two meaningless topics into 15 minutes of conversation. But once again, I've managed to do it. So I'm going to move along here, and I want to remind everyone that the silver bullet giveaway is done. The last winner was Brian Turner. So Brian Turner, please get me your information so we can get your bullets sent out to you. I still have not heard from Shish Kebab, Ahmad Khatib. So if you're out there, please send me your information so I can send you your silver bullet. But thanks to everyone out there. We raised like over $2,500 for Athena's Angels Animal Rescue, which we actually gave them $2,200 and something, and we gave $350 to a Chihuahua at another rescue that needed surgery for a broken leg because they were just so cute. They look so silly in their little cast. So thanks to everyone out there that made it a success, and maybe we'll do something like that in the future. But if you didn't win one of the silver bullets this time, you might want to consider buying one because, like I said, Halloween's coming up. So go over to Minuteman Ammo if you want to look at one. And this is not a paid promotion. They don't even know I'm saying this. Go over to their website, get yourself a silver bullet because, like I said, I care about you and I don't want you eaten by werewolves. And with that being said, I also want to go on and say that we are still doing the Veterans Day giveaway for the rifle. If you know a veteran that you think deserves a special thank you this Veterans Day, go on over to tympistolproject.com and go ahead and nominate them. You can use the Handguns for Heroes section of the website. It says nominate a veteran. Nominate someone. Tell us why you think they deserve a special thank you. And then on Veterans Day this year, we're going to do a drawing. And the winner of that drawing is going to receive a AR-10. It's in 375 Raptor. I did not know last night what the caliber was because I blanked on it. I blanked on the Brian Turner name too. So I was blanking on a lot of stuff last night. But it's an AR-10 in 375 Raptor with carbon fiber furniture. So I hope to have a picture of it soon that I can actually show people. But that's what we're going to be giving away. So like I said, if you want to be involved in that, if you want to nominate someone, go over. This gun is being built and donated by Storm & Norman Gun Works once again. So go on over, nominate a veteran, and we'll give that rifle away this coming Veterans Day. And now with all that being said, I just want to sign off as usual by saying, as far as the state of the world today is concerned, you know, it is what it is. It could be a lot worse, but it could still be better. And if we as a community start to ignore the fearmongers, the profiteers, the people who want to manipulate us on both sides of the argument, either to get our money or make us look like fools, if we start ignoring these people and keeping level heads about us and doing what's right and fighting smart and hard for our rights in this country, what things will be for people like us who believe in the Second Amendment and freedom in general in the very near future is better.